Good evening, everybody. October 25th, 2021. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here. It has extended a bit further than I was anticipating. So we have a couple different options to consider now. So Elliott wave does not really give us a good way to deal with these double bottom situations. It's kind of something that I don't really like about Elliott wave theory. So that is an issue, that we had that double bottom and we broke out, and I don't know how to account for it. So basically we've got two options. Either we have the A, B, and then C just extended much further than it should have, and now we can proceed downwards as we should, or kind of discount all of this action in here and say that now we're actually going into what could be an A, B, C wave up within B, which is what I've been looking for. And we might get a higher high here, higher than these highs that we just struck, and then again continue downwards. In either case, I would be very surprised if we just continued upwards from here and made a actual new high here and broke back over 67K before coming back down and at least testing the lows. I mean, I think at a minimum we should, like in the most bullish case scenario, we would retest these highs and then come down and retest these lows before breaking up. That's kind of what I think as would be like the most bullish scenario, because you really don't typically see pullbacks that go in 5 waves like we saw here and then simply end. I mean, that doesn't happen. You pretty much have your 5-wave pullback is your A, and then you get a 3-wave up, there's your B, and then you get another 5-wave down as your C. So I don't think that Bitcoin is out of the woods yet as far as corrections go, but the path that it's going to take is certainly getting a little bit more complex here. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to leave this on as a possibility here, but it is possible that we must go a little bit higher still. Like I said, that second scenario would be kind of A, B, C up like that in an A, or in the B wave rather. So let's do a couple things. Number one, let's take this fib extension that I had last night and let's put it there and just assume for the moment maybe we've already topped. Maybe that's the extent of B right there, right? And if that's the case, then our support zone for C comes up a little bit further. So we are now looking at anywhere between 55.1 and 59.2 as the ideal place for a C wave if B has already topped. Okay. Second thing that we can do is draw a normal fib retracement here. And if this were going to play out as an A, B, and C, this B wave, well, you know what, actually it's got the beginnings of a 3. Hang on. So what we can do is, if this were going to give us another wave up, what we would need to see is basically a micro A, B, C downwards. Let me change the color on this so we can see it. So there's yellow. All right, so I'm going to give us 2 ways to view this pullback here. If we can hold right here between the 618 and the 1236 fib extension, we're getting near the top of that right now, but I would expect that we get more, closer to this 1.0 extension, about 62.1. So if we can come down here and hold 62.1, that's based on this fib extension. That would be enough to consider the possibility that we get another move up then, And from there, we do the fib extension up then whenever that ends. Let's say it ends right about there. And we could see the next move up go anywhere between the 618 and the 1236. So this could be A, B, and C, ideally to about that 1.0 extension. So that's where we would ideally see a topping out of this if it's going to do a larger ABC up, which I'm not convinced of at the moment, but that's kind of how it would look if it did. And that'll depend on where exactly it comes down and holds in here, if it in fact does hold there. But for the moment, let's put a red resistance box right there, just so we have an idea of where resistance may be up above. So there's resistance. Here's micro support potentially in a very, very sub-micro ABC. Or the alternative is we break below this green box, and if we break below this green box, which is about 61.8, at the most, if we can get down below 61.8, that then becomes more favorable to think that we're already in this C wave instead, and we're going to come down, into that sort of 57K region at a minimum. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. A couple different scenarios that may play out. So micro support there, potential resistance there for the ABC. If we get into this red box, it's most likely that we just come down and retest these lows. If we break below 61.8, it's most likely that we actually do proceed downwards further into the support box down here. Potentially 57, 58K, even down to 55K are all potentially reasonable expectations on that. So we do need to wait for Bitcoin to kind of tell us a little bit more about what it's going to do, but I really don't see any reason to FOMO into anything right now. Again, I'm holding all of my buys still, so I really feel no FOMO at all. It's just a matter of leverage buying. I don't really see a great opportunity to leverage long right now. You could bet on this holding leverage long, but your stop would have to be below here. So it's not really a great risk reward proposition on that. And we even coming up here, like shorting in this region, it really should, like I said, it really should come down for another wave, A, B, C, it really should do this. But it's also Bitcoin, so shorting when it's about ready to break the old highs is certainly not advisable. So I'm not suggesting that, but it's something that we need to be aware of as a possibility. And if we can get here, then longs down near the lows are the place to make your bets. If we crash through here, then longs down in this area, that's the place to make your bets. All right, I think that pretty much sums it up. So we'll see where we are in the morning, and y'all have a good night.